Hi, welcome back to Making It with Minglet. Today we're working on our page 21. And I looked at this page and the first thing I saw is I have sprayed paint of some sort on it. And when I started looking, it kind of looked like an ice cream cone. So I have outlined it. And I thought, well, I don't think I have any ice cream quotes, but I did find one. And let me show it to you here. And we're going to try to duplicate it. Without ice cream, there would be darkness and chaos. And ice cream is one of my favorite things, so I thought that might be kind of a cool thing to set our page up on. Because I don't want to do anything on the fabric. I really like it. I think it's pretty. So I'm going to deepen these lines. And we're going to need to paint our cone in somehow. So I am going to I want to cover this page up. That's a page that came from my friend Darcy. And I've got just some antique parchment paint. And that's probably not exactly the color, but I think we can get by with that. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my little dirty palette here. And we're just going to lightly, I don't know what this is, and I didn't put any matte medium over it. Maybe I should have, but we're going to try to make this happen without disturbing that paint. And get ourselves a cone here. To me, it's not really brown. Most cones are not brown. They're kind of almost a peachy color. So what we'll do is we're going to paint it with this parchment first. And we're going to put a very thin coat on it. And then we're going to come back and we're going to use maybe a little bit of a lightened peach color to do the little waffle looking things. I miss ice cream. That's the one thing I think I can say I probably miss the most since I've got diabetes is having ice cream. Because we used to get it a lot. I used to eat a lot of ice cream. That was one of my dad's favorite things, and it's one of my fondest memories. When I was a kid, a lot of times we would stop on the way home from church on either Sunday night or Wednesday night, depending on when my dad was home. And he would get everything you needed to make banana splits. I mean, he would have the bananas, the pecans in syrup. I mean, not pecans, walnuts. It was walnuts in syrup. They're Smuckers. Smuckers makes them. He would get the whipped cream, the cherries, the whole deal, and we would go home and make banana splits because he could buy it there for a lot less than we could go to an ice cream shop and buy a banana split for 6 people. So that's one of my real fond memories of my childhood. And my daddy loved ice cream. When he got just deathly sick, fatally sick, he was terminally ill. All he wanted, when anybody would ask, all he wanted was Klondike bars. So when my dad passes, we've got a freezer stacked full of Klondike bars. And so it was kind of like a celebration of his life for months afterwards. When we were all together, we would eat Klondike bars. So I have a big fondness of ice cream. Alright, that doesn't look too bad for a cone. And that was using the shapes that I saw, so that's kind of where the inspiration come from. Now I've got this peach that I've put in a bottle because it was just really thick paint. And I'm just going to put just a little dab of this in. And I know that it will probably look too dark with, it may look too dark if I just use that. But if I blend it with that parchment, I think we'll be closer to the color that we need. So we'll see. I'm just going to pull it down here and mix just a little bit of it until I get what I think is going to be the right color. It might kind of ebb and flow, but that's okay. I think we'll be alright with that. And this brush isn't super fine, but it's probably okay. I think it's going to be good enough. Go ahead and outline this part. And I love ice cream cones. Of course, there's not a lot of calories in them, and there's not a lot of sugar. But by the time you put the good ice cream in it, it's not good. I used to stop by a deli that was making their own ice cream in-house, and that was the nicest, creamiest ice cream ever. And now I just have to look at it and say, I remember when. Alright, we're going to just do like some little slashes here. Nothing too bold or flashy. We're going to go slashes one way, and then we'll do some slashes the other way. And then sometimes the cones will have, depending on which ones, a lot of times they'll have like the little ribs around them. About the only time I get ice cream out is there's a couple of car shows that we go to that the kids or, you know, the ladies at the church will make homemade ice cream, and that's about the only time I eat real ice cream. And sometimes on special occasions we'll get the no sugar added, but you know, that don't happen often. Okay, that did not run through, which makes me happy. And I protected my page over here. Let's go ahead and we'll glue down our day 21 while that's drying, and then we'll get our quote written out. And I'm going to try to write it kind of like they've got it. I just think that it looks pretty cool. And it goes with my inspiration. And it makes me want ice cream, but I will not have ice cream. I will have some Cabot's triple thick French vanilla and tell myself it's ice cream. That's as close as I get these days. Do you ever have problems putting your pen back in the hole? It's like I'm seeing double. Okay, and we'll center this under right there. So we got day 21 on. And let's get our quote back up here. Decide which color. Ooh, that's going to be, no matter what I use, it's going to bleed through. So I have to decide how I want to do it. That's almost dry. Gotta figure out what... I wonder if I could do it with a crayon. I don't know. Let's try the word ice cream and see if that works. Yeah, this is working. Without... Oh, that looks messy. Well, let's just make a bigger mess, okay? Oh, mercy. And this crayon's going to be unforgiving for sure. Alright. With... Let's do... I'll fix it like this. With... Out. Oh, that's smeared. That's messy. Oh my goodness. EREWOULD. Trying to think how I will fix that. What if can I color it pink and then go over it? I'm not happy with that. It's supposed to be good. I guess it's good that the word chaos is in it, right? With. Alright. Didn't want to do this, but I think I'm going to have to. W-I-T. All right. We'll figure out how to lift that up. Can I lift it up with heat? Okay. I'm going to put you on. I'm going to hold you for a minute and I'm going to try. Okay. We are going to try to, let's see if I can get this closer. Okay, here's my little baby iron. You see it's smiling at you? It gets kind of hot. I am going to see if I can lift that up where I boo-booed. No guarantees, but it's going to bother me if I don't. And it's not that I'm a perfectionist. It's right there. And I don't like it. I did it wrong, and that's that. My hope is that if I warm the wax up, that I can lift it up. Don't know if it'll work or not. I usually keep this at my sewing machine. I don't usually use it over here at my craft desk, and when it came in, my husband laughed. It's so tiny. They had some that were a little bit bigger, but I thought this one was going to do the job, so I have a real iron for clothes, but this does work for the seams, and it is picking it up. Just might take a little while. I hope I don't set my paper on fire in the process. Well, if I do, you can say you saw it right here. I've got water on my desk, so. I wonder if it would pick up better if I used a different type of, if I used something other than the paper. This is a dried baby wipe. That pigment's in there pretty deep, but it's not feeling like it's raised anymore. It's starting to smell like burnt or melting crayons. Alright, look at that. That actually worked. So if you ever have a boo-boo with a crayon, just remember that if you apply heat to it, you might get lucky. That does look much better. So without ice cream, there would be darkness and chaos. And that is going to be our page for day 21. And just remember that when we started this, we used the outline of just some random paper. And I kind of saw it in there, and we kind of played on it a little bit. And we've got our ice cream cone here. I'm using just a Faber-Castell, and this is dark sepia. And it's one that I keep out. I don't keep it with my other pencils because I use it quite a bit. And that's it. That's day 21 in the book. So I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about the boo-boo, but it was a learning experience for all of us. Until next time, I hope you'll be well, my friends. Bye-bye.